The 2026 Ford F-150 Raptor R isn't just another performance truck. It's 720 supercharged horses wrapped in a body that looks like it was designed to intimidate everything else on four wheels. But here's what's gonna mess with your head. This thing doesn't just look aggressive, it looks illegal. And the craziest part? Ford did this on purpose. They built a street-legal monster truck that makes you wonder if someone in engineering finally snapped and said, you know what, let's stop holding back. That front end hits you first. Massive blacked-out grille, wider than it has any right to be, flanked by LED headlamps that slice through darkness like they're hunting for something. The fender flares aren't subtle. They're stretched so wide they look almost comical until you see what they're wrapping. 37-inch all-terrain tires that belong on a desert racing trophy truck, not something you can finance at your local dealer. And then there's the hood, that power dome design. It's not decoration, it's necessity. Underneath sits a supercharged 5.2-liter Predator V8 that needs room to breathe. And those functional hood vents aren't just punched into the metal for looks. They're pulling heat away from an engine that's about to make you question everything you thought you knew about what a factory truck can do. The stance is borderline ridiculous. This beast sits high, real high, with Fox live valve shocks that adjust 500 times per second. That suspension travel? It's engineered for the kind of abuse that would destroy anything wearing a normal pickup badge. The approach angle, the departure angle, they're not just good, they're designed for terrain that makes your insurance company nervous. Ford didn't hold back on the color options either. Oxford white makes it look clinical, like a precision weapon. Agate black metallic lets it disappear into shadows. But code orange, that's the color of someone who wants the whole world to know they're not here to blend in. The bed's short, 5.5 feet, because the Raptor R isn't trying to be your Home Depot runner. It's trying to be the thing you drive when you need to remember what freedom tastes like. LED lighting, integrated dampening on the tailgate, this truck's got details that separated from everything else wearing an F-150 badge. But we're just scratching the surface, because what's inside is where things get really interesting. Step inside, and you're not climbing into a truck anymore. You're strapping into a cockpit. Those Recaro sports seats, they don't just hold you, they lock you in place. Deep bolsters, aggressive side support, wrapped in leather and Alcantara that feels like it costs more than some people's entire interior. And they're not just comfortable, they're designed to keep you planted when you're launching this thing off a jump at 70 miles per hour in the middle of the desert. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, wrapped in leather that your hands are going to remember. Paddle shifters sit right where your fingers expect them, because even with all this power, you're still going to want control over every single gear change. That 12-inch digital instrument cluster, it's not cluttered with useless information. It's clean, customizable, and shows you exactly what matters. Speed, RPMs, boost pressure, navigation. Everything's right there without making you hunt for it. And next to it sits a massive 12-inch center touchscreen running Ford's Sync 4 system. And before you roll your eyes about another touchscreen, this one actually responds like it's connected to your brain. Voice commands work. Climate control is intuitive. The B&O sound system, 18 speakers that turn this cabin into a concert hall, or complete silence when you're focused on the road ahead. But here's the detail that separates this from every other truck, the drive mode selector. You've got normal, sport, off-road, Baja, and each one completely transforms how this machine behaves. Baja mode isn't just a name, it's a preset that was tuned on the same terrain where trophy trucks race for glory. The ambient lighting shifts with your drive mode, the digital display reconfigures. Everything in this cabin is telling you one thing: you're not driving a truck anymore. And wait until you see what's sitting underneath those massive fenders. Let's talk about what's making contact with the ground, because this is where the Raptor R goes from impressive to absolutely unhinged. 37-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tires, not 35s, 37s. And they're wrapped around beadlock-capable 17-inch wheels finished in Recaro gray that look like they were pulled straight off a Baja race truck. These aren't the wheels you throw on for looks. These are the wheels you need when you're asking a 7,000-pound truck to fly. Those beadlock-capable wheels let you air down to single-digit PSI for maximum traction in sand and loose terrain without worrying about the tires separating from the rim when you're 50 miles from civilization. That's not a convenience feature, that's a survival feature. The tire sidewalls are thick, reinforced, designed to take impacts that would shred normal rubber. And the tread pattern? Aggressive enough to claw through mud and sand, but quiet enough on the highway that you're not losing your mind on the drive out. 13 inches of ground clearance, Fox live valve suspension that reads terrain 500 times per second and adjusts in real time. This thing doesn't just absorb bumps, it predicts them. The fender flares aren't just wide for show, they're keeping all that tire tucked legal while giving you the clearance to articulate over boulders that would stop anything else. But none of this matters if you don't have the power to back it up. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button because what's under the hood is about to blow your mind.
Pop the hood, and there it is, the 5.2-liter supercharged Predator V8. This isn't some detuned motor they borrowed from another platform. This is the same beast that powers the Shelby GT500, dropped into a truck that weighs 3 tons, 720 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, and it sounds like controlled chaos every time you touch the throttle. That supercharger whine, it's not subtle. It builds with the RPMs, screaming louder as you climb toward redline. And it's addictive in a way that'll make you find excuses to accelerate hard, just to hear it one more time. The 10-speed automatic transmission snaps through gears like it's got something to prove. Paddle shifters give you control when you want it, but leave it in auto and it reads your mind. 0 to 60, mid 3-second range, in a truck that weighs 7,000 pounds. Let that sink in. But here's the question everyone's asking.
So what's all this going to cost you? We expect the 2026 Ford F-150 Raptor R to land right around $110,000, maybe a bit more depending on how you spec it. Is that cheap? Absolutely not. But here's the reality. You're getting 720 supercharged horses, trophy truck suspension, in a street-legal machine that'll embarrass supercars at stoplights and conquer deserts on weekends. The Raptor R isn't a truck, it's a statement. Thanks for watching.